It's your boy, the Grandmaster, coming back to hit you with another video. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to start a nonprofit organization. I got a couple of my books in back of me. I forgot to tell you guys, I am a published author. Of course, all my videos are raw and uncut, so here we go. So, talking about starting a nonprofit organization, there are 3 steps to starting a nonprofit organization. And I also want to holler at you, some of you guys out there who already have a nonprofit organization and that's being discouraged. I'd like to talk to you about that too. So the 3 steps to starting a nonprofit organization. Number 1, you have to have your articles of incorporation with your state's Secretary of State. The Secretary of State, the articles of incorporation, is like the birth certificate for the business. This is what breathes life into the business. This is what also makes you a CEO of a company. The articles of incorporation makes the entity separate from you. It's a birth certificate for the business. The second thing is with the Franchise Tax Board. The Franchise Tax Board in your community, in your state. So when you look on your paycheck and you see state and federal taxes, the Franchise Tax Board in most states make you exempt from paying taxes in that state. So when you start a nonprofit organization, the Secretary of State, articles of incorporation, then the Franchise Tax Board, which makes you exempt in that state. And then the last thing, well, you have to apply for your EIN. EIN means Employer Identification Number. Your employer identification number will become your 501c3 after you file your federal tax paperwork. So the third step is filing for your IRS 501c3 paperwork. You get your EIN number, so Secretary of State, Franchise Tax Board, EIN number, and filing for your federal 501c3. The EIN number, which is right here, will be your federal 501c3. That's only part of the 3 steps that it takes to become a nonprofit organization. So when you file for your federal 501c3, what that is it's like the Social Security number for the business. So people don't think about it like this, so I wanted to break it down. So the articles of incorporation is the birth certificate. It makes the business a legal entity, an entity by itself, separate from you. The 501c3 number, the EIN number, the 501c3 is the Social Security number for the business. This is what makes it a legal entity separate from you. So the 3 steps: Secretary of State, articles of incorporation, Franchise Tax Board, IRS 501c3. Those are the 3 steps that help you establish your nonprofit organization. So I also want to talk to nonprofits that's struggling right now. And I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to have to go through it quickly. So most nonprofits give up because they're not seeing returns on their investment. And this is the biggest mistake that you can make. For my organization, literally 10 years to build the reputation that it has. So it's not an overnight thing. People think you start a nonprofit, you get grants, and that's it. No, you have to build credibility for your organization. How do you build credibility? Going out and volunteering for other organizations that's doing what you're doing. You get photo ops, you get other things that help build your credibility. I have a fantasy with fish tanks. I love fish, and I bought my first fish tank, and I didn't have any ornaments. The ornaments cost $50, $60. Didn't have money to buy it. And so one day I went into the pet store, and the lady said, well, the way I started buying my ornaments is I started buying them one ornament at a time. One ornament at a time. And then I started getting a whole bunch of ornaments. I had a whole bunch of ornaments before I looked up. And I was like, wow, I wish I could be like that. And then I started buying one ornament at a time. And now I look up and my house is flooded with ornaments. Literally, I have to throw away $60 and $70 ornaments because it's too much in the house, or give it away. I said this story to tell you this. When it comes to your nonprofit organization, do one thing at a time. Don't get frustrated. Just do one thing at a time and stay on task. Even if it's not giving you the return that you don't expect right now or you want right now, stay on task and keep doing one thing at a time. Buy one ornament at a time. And before you know it, you'll look up and you'll have a lot of things that's created that will get the sponsors to sponsor you and give you credibility. One thing at a time. Someone told me, how you eat an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. One bite at a time, and literally you don't have to start with the asshole. So when the people that I'm talking to who right now, who you are discouraged with your nonprofit, keep going, because it's your dream, it's your blessing. It's something that you wanted to do and leave a legacy for your community. It will work. All you have to do is buy one ornament, take one bite, one step at a time, and before you know it, you will have built up the credibility that you need for your organization. One bite, one step at a time. It's your boy, the Grandmaster. I made this video a little bit long, but that's okay. I wanted to throw this bug in your ear and tell you, keep going. Don't give up on your vision. Most people give up on their visions, and then their visions die. And they go and look for something else to do. And when they go and look for that something else to do, they find something else, new marbles to look for. Don't do that. Stay with your vision. Even though it's not doing what you want it to do right now, keep going. And I promise you, it will pay you in incredible things that you could never imagine. Serving your community, serving yourself, serving your family. It's your boy, the Grandmaster. Talk to you soon. Peace.
Hey, come and check out Pharaoh Mitchell Enterprises. Teaching people to dream with their eyes open. You gotta learn to survive. He miles above the rest, he gon' put you to the test. Teaching people to start businesses, organizations that's non-profited, entrepreneurship, start over 365 businesses, community enrichment specialists. He the gotta get it how we live it how we can. Success is the key and Pharaoh is the man.